You are tuning in to the Soul Reflection Show, where we are going beyond surface level conversations and explore what it means to live a life of depth, authenticity, and unshakable purpose. Welcome. I am Niobe Weaver, sound healer, Reiki master, and light language channel. Together, we will examine life's greatest challenges in uncovering your inner strengths to embrace the melody that only you bring to the world. If you are ready to feel truly seen and understood, stay tuned as I blend soulful storytelling with practical and actionable insights that speak both to your mind and your soul. This isn't just about tuning in, it's about tuning into your life. Soul Reflection Show starts now. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. Niobe Weaver here. Oh, my goodness. A lot has been happening since the last time we've met. And as you see, the title of my show today is Darkness Will Not Win. Oh, my goodness. So how are you doing? Anybody here? Just please write in the chat. No, how are you doing? I know how I've been doing. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. Why am I choosing to talk about this today? Because this is what's happening to all of us. It's necessary to talk about how we all have entered into some really dark times. Not only just here in the United States, but it's affecting the whole world. And this past Sunday, I spoke at a Unity church up here in Port Angeles, Unity in the Olympics. And if anybody knows about Unity or Center for Spiritual Living churches or mind walks, it's mindsets. It is a metaphysical approach, spiritual approach towards also any kinds of religious upbringing, as well as bringing in all different belief systems of many other spiritual and religious beliefs. It's like from Sufis to Christianity to you name it, it goes around through there. So what the purpose of this was yesterday when I was speaking on Sunday. Let me get myself together here. Let's take a breath. Because as I start into this, I'm already feeling, as an empath, I'm already feeling and picking up the energy of those of you that are watching now or will be watching, the energies that is present all around us, how everything has just exploded into absolute not knowing what's going to happen next, into fear, into concern, into worry. What's going to happen with us financially? What's going to happen with us as a nation? What's going to happen to my neighbor? What's going to happen to our LGBTQ plus community? What's going to happen? Where's my 401k? It's gone. Something that's happening that we really did not expect would come down on us. And it is affecting all of our world. So from the microcosm of our home, what's being talked about around in the dinner table, and then into our extended friends and into family, into church communities, spiritual communities, just communities of people that gather together to talk on different subjects around our whole nation and then around the world. Everybody is in a state of fear. And my last show, I talked about fear, but this had not rolled into where we are right now. So in looking at this, darkness will not win. Now, why am I saying that? Because if we go back throughout history, we do see where darkness has been overcome. Now, I talk about Charles Fillmore. Charles Fillmore and his wife Myrtle are the ones who founded Unity, the Unity belief system, which was bringing, like I said, they brought in Christianity, they brought in Sufi, they brought in other different, all different forms of religious belief systems and Eastern belief systems in together. And where Charles was coming from was rising above. He went into the metaphysics of the story of what is in what we find in the Bible, and in metaphysics into other teachings of religions from around the world. And so when I looked this up and said, okay, what do I talk about today? When I talk about darkness, when I talk about fear, and this is what I found about it. It was, what had happened is I've been speaking with a friend of mine, and she and I were just, I mean, it's palpable. It has got all of it just rising up and just, and back and forth, conversation and thoughts pinging off the wall and sharing it with each other, and fear and anger. And so she and I were back and forth like this, right? And I said, and I was just like, something just came over me, and it just was like, stop, wait a minute here. And then it was like, we know about going through the dark night of the soul for ourselves. I mean, through my lifetime, I can see where I have walked through the dark night of my soul, many challenges, losses, having to come about into finding a new way of myself, a new walk in my life. So there's a personal dark night of the soul. But I looked at her and I said, but what about as a nation? What about as a nation? And then the world is walking as a dark night of the soul. And I found that in Charles's teachings about walking in the dark night of the soul individually, but as nations are going through crises. He was born in the late 1800s. This man walked and saw through the epidemic, the flu epidemic. And then he also walked through and lived through 2 world wars. So he witnessed this himself. He and his wife Merle witnessed this themselves. What it does within us, the fear that it brings up, and what's going to happen next? What's the next shoe that's going to drop? How am I going to handle this? What's my loss going to be? What do we do? What do we come into? Where do we go with this? Where do we go with this? So, in coming into it, we have to absolutely step into it and say, yes, this is what I'm afraid of. This is what's really happening. It's like, Niobe, I just lost. My 401k is gone. Or my job is gone. Or I'm not being able, or we've lost somebody that has been taken out of the country, or can't come into the country, or can't leave the country. Everything is just absolutely turned upside down. So one day at a time, one step at a time, how do we work with this? How do we walk through this? One of the other things that I was looking up today, I don't know what triggered it, but I was looking up about my lineage for my family on my mother's side, and my grandmother and her mother and grandmother back was something came up in the feed on Facebook, and it was about the Trail of Tears. And as I was looking through that, and I thought, well, it was at the time of my great grandmother and all, and it was, and it was, because she had come from Alabama. She's Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw. And she and her husband came from Alabama. I need to find out more about that. I want to know more about that because of her, I'm here. Because of her strength, because of her ability to hold fast, hold strong, keep moving, keep walking, keep moving forward. Something is alive inside here that keeps this light going in the midst of darkness. Where is it in you? Because it's there. You've got this. We've got this. Where we go? Where is it? we're going to be coming into a meditation. I'm going to do a light language channeling, and we're going to find a way together to do this. So I did. I thought about my great grandmother. Okay, thought about her. Then also my parents. My parents were alive and young during the Second World War. There was a lot that happened then. My parents went through the Great Depression. And I can remember my mother talking about how I think she had 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of panties, and I think she had maybe 3 dresses, and a coat. Go look in your closet. How much do you have in your closet? But that was my mother. Now, as she grew into a grown woman, she was a bit of a clothes horse. I wonder why. A lot of shoes, lots of clothes. But that was a crash, and that was 1925. Then we come into the Second World War. Then we come into the darkness that came through with Vietnam. We also had Desert Storm. We also had the Iraq. There is darkness is there. Just as, even literally, the sun goes down and the moon comes up, and there's nights that there is no moon and there's just a full darkness through the night. It is within us and it is without us and around. And it's how do we allow this to come in and take hold? How do we allow this to come in and get a hold of us and start to tear us down? It starts to take us down. What do we do? What do we do? Because the power is in us. The power is in you to be able to stand in the middle of this darkness and be a beacon of light, to be a light that absolutely shines energy out of. The light is still alive. It is here and now. The light shines upon darkness. And what does that happen? When light shines upon darkness, darkness fades. Darkness leaves. It's like, really, Niobe? Can we really do that? We have to say yes. We have to say yes. We can do this. We have to say yes. We've got this. Grocery prices are going up. I just saw a friend post on Facebook today that there was a $6 avocado. There's going to be a $6 avocados. What else is going to be going up? And what else is going to be going up? So we're going to take a break here in just a moment. And I want you to just be kind to yourself. I want you to take a look at where your rage is, where your worry is, where your depression is, where your sorrow is about everything that is going on, about how everything is blowing up and changing in our faces in just such a short period of time. So when we come back, and I don't know, I don't have 30 seconds yet or not, but when we come back, we're going to go into a sounding practice, an energetic practice that you can take with you every day, every moment when it starts to grab a hold of you. Because I realize I have been my energy has been so low. I have been in such a depression. And it was like, wait a minute, I think, what is this? What is this? And then I'm realizing, there's been some things going on in my life, but then there's this is happening too. So it is break time. Go ahead. We're going to take a break, and I'll see you shortly when we come back. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. So, talking about how do we mentally, physically, and spiritually walk through this journey, walk through this dark night of the soul that is personal, community, and worldwide. So, what is it that we do? First of all, it is one thing we must catch ourselves. We must bring an awareness to ourselves of how am I feeling? What am I thinking, feeling? What am I saying? Am I just wanting to sleep all the time? Am I eating too much? Am I just wanting to isolate myself? And also, what about my anger level? What's happening there? Is my anger coming up and raging? Am I stuffing it down, stuffing it down, stuffing it down, and then it just goes pow, and we just really don't know? Wait a minute here. How come I'm losing my patience so easily when we're trying to be status quo, when we can't really be status quo when we've got this going on? So here we are. What do you do? First of all, it is tune in from when you wake up in the morning. First of all, have you slept well? If you haven't slept well, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that there's something in your mind that is keeping you from sleeping well. And you wake up, then what is going to be the first thought that you put in your mind? Capture that place right there. Capturing where are your thoughts going the moment you wake up. If it wants to go to the phone and it wants to start scrolling and it wants to go what's into happening, put it down. Wake up. I want you to open your eyes and I want you to wiggle your toes. As you're wiggling your toes, I want you to take a nice deep breath in, wiggling your toes. You're wiggling your toes. It's like, okay, Niobe, I'm okay. I'm kind of getting freaked out here, but I'm wiggling my toes. Wiggle your toes. And as that, I want you to just bring your awareness from your toes up through your feet into the calves of your legs. Feel it coming up, feeling just good energy, just waking up energy into your knees, coming up through your legs. Now it's coming in through the trunk of your body, all down around your first chakra, second chakra. Just say what kind of energy is it? I mean, peaceful energy, loving energy, life affirming energy. Maybe it's just light. Maybe you just need something to lighten up. Just allow just this feeling of all is well, because in that moment, as we are waking up, we have slept the best we can or a lot. In that moment of awakening, all is well. We are breathing. We take a deep breath in and we've opened our eyes. Where's my first thought going to go? That's going to set the tone of my day. Where's my first thought going? First thought needs to be one of light and love. Carry this first. As we carry this first, this is going to be where it is literally balancing cellularly, all through your system, all through everything, energetically, physically, mentally, and spiritually, of setting the energy of a peaceful awakening. It's I'm alive, I'm okay. I'm warm in my bed. Maybe I've got my loved one next to me. Maybe I've got my favorite fur baby is with me. But okay, just simply waking up and saying, all right. Then you tell yourself, don't go to the phone. Do not reach for the phone. Do not start scrolling. But that can wait. So get up. Do your normal routine of what you do as you get up and you rise out of bed. Do you go get coffee? Do you go get tea in your home? What do you do with that? And then do not scroll. Do not turn the computer on. Keep everything shut down just for a while. Just for a while. And then I want you, as you're drinking your coffee, drinking your tea, I want you to just connect with your breath. I want you to feel yourself breathing. And there's some food in the fridge. There's some food in the cupboards. But I want you to look outside. Mostly, I want you to look outside and I want you to find something that when you look at it, it's beautiful. It's something outside that makes you go, that looks nice. Oh, look at that tree. That's really pretty. What's going, the tree's really pretty with the leaves and the branches. Or maybe you're just seeing some really nice flowers blooming, or just green grass. Or maybe there's rocks around that are really a cool rock. Or maybe there's another building right next to you. Maybe you're really close in the city. But look out and find something that is of beauty in the city. Find beauty. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. That is what lifted me out of a depression, a deeper depression, was looking at beauty. It was a choice. And I look for beauty to this day, because that was 35 years ago when that started for me, that practice started for me. Look for beauty. Look for beauty in nature. Maybe there's something beautiful about your partner. Maybe it's the color of their hair. Maybe it's just the curve of their body. Something beautiful to start your day. And breathe it in. Breathe into the bottoms of your feet. Nice deep breath in through into your lungs, and feel that breath just release your shoulders. Shake your hands a little bit. Waking up. Starting yourself into your day, into that way, into that form. Now, and to see how that feels. So I'd like you to be able to tell me how this feels, and whoever does watch this, I'd really like to hear from you. So please just send me an email, niobe@niobeweaver.com, or friend me at Angela Niobe Weaver on Facebook. I would really like to hear how my bringing these messages to you are helpful. Is there something more that you'd like to know about? Or it's not hitting me, Niobe, but I'm really trying to understand. So we've got the process of how to wake up and how to breathe in some light and life and loving light and love into your body, your system, your body, mind, and spirit as you wake up into the day. And then what do you do when we do confront the conflict of what's going on, of how it is exploding through our whole world? One of the options in an exercise also I do, I think I might have done this on the last one, fear. It's a chopping wood. And this feels really good. It's like you're standing and you got yourself an invisible axe, okay? You're standing, your feet are spread apart, and you've got you've got an invisible log right in front of you. You got that energy of what you're wanting, of what has got you like this, right? You're going to chop that wood. You're going to chop that, what is happening. You're going to chop the feelings of what is coming on and what is shifting and changing and bringing bringing our world into such chaos. Chop the chaos. Ha! 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 Chop the chaos. In the morning, breathe the beauty. When you need to, chop the chaos. That's what I suggest you do. I practice that. So I don't bring something here to you that I don't practice or I don't work on or think about or learn about myself. So to thine own self be true. So wake up, breathe in love and beauty. When it comes in and when we've got the absolute anger and everything coming out, chop the chaos. So I think I'm coming up on my time is over for today. Please friend me at Niobe Weaver, Angela Niobe Weaver on Facebook, Niobe Weaver on Instagram, and email me, niobe@niobeweaver.com. And because I would really like to know who my community is. How am I serving you? What more would you like to hear from me? What more would you like to know about me and about the work that I do with energy work and spiritual work, light language, sound healing, and bringing people into balancing and giving you tools to master your world and your life on a daily basis. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself and have a blessed day. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Niobe Weaver, and you have been listening to Soul Reflections. Tune in with me every second and fourth Tuesday at 1:30 Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio for more practical and actionable insights, blending the timeless principles of spirituality with the pressing needs of the modern world. Remember, you are the melody of the universe. Your presence is powerful and your journey is essential. Take that truth in, own it, and let's continue together to embark on a space of clarity, resilience, and purpose. For more information on how I can help you heal and change your life, connect with me on my website, niobeweaver.com.